Hi everyone, welcome to our Learning Spaces Professional Development. My name is Evangeline Massingham and I will be your presenter for today. So here's our overview. The 6 learning spaces we'll be exploring today are listed on the board. I will also give you some strengths and challenges in the context of teachers and students in relation to each learning space. And I'm also going to suggest some strategies, approaches and resources to be considered when developing each learning space. The presentation goes through quite quickly, the content, so please feel free to pause the video at any time to make notes or have a read through the content of each slide. And I hope you enjoy. We are now entering the personal learning space. So here are some strengths and challenges for teachers in the personal space. So teachers can assist students to develop and grow their self-efficacy and a growth mindset. So a growth mindset was developed back in 2014 by Carol Dweck, a psychologist. And there was this big discussion about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset back in 2014. So a fixed mindset is a student saying, I'm no good at this, I can't do it, I'm just going to give up. Whereas a growth mindset is, how can I get better, how can I fix this, how can I improve? And a growth mindset in the classroom is really important. Have a look through the strengths and challenges for students in the personal space. So I've got some ideas and approaches, strategies and resources for redeveloping the personal space. We all need to make sure that we're creating a positive environment for students to learn in. And we also need to give students some positive encouragement to boost their self-esteem and make them feel good about what they're learning or what they're trying to achieve. And please make note and have a look through this slide and the next slide for more suggestions. Here's our second space, the classroom and school. Please have a look through the next few slides and please feel free to pause the video at any time to have a look at information on the slides. Here are some strengths and challenges for students in the classroom and school. The main strength for students is that the current classroom and school is really structured and students have a routine to follow. They also know the boundaries and expectations. The challenges of a classroom and a school is that it can be quite overwhelming for students with content all over the walls and pretty much everywhere you look in a classroom, and it also can be too formal or stressful for some students. Here are some ideas, resources, approaches and strategies for redeveloping the classroom and school. Just in relation to redeveloping the classroom, have a look at the picture down the bottom of the screen. Make classrooms flexible learning spaces. So that picture actually shows a Google office which can move, all of the furniture can be moved, and there are plugs attached, PowerPoint plugs that are attached to the roof, which can be pulled down for group work or whatever the space is needed for. It's a really flexible space, and there's also a YouTube clip on it if you're interested in having a look. So I've got some strengths and challenges there for teachers beyond the classroom. A really big strength is that it gives students a link outside the classroom. It tells them that learning isn't just in the classroom, it extends beyond the classroom and it continues. And a challenge for teachers is that there's a lot of planning and risk assessment and coordinating, like filling in forms months in advance, but the strengths completely outweigh the challenges for beyond the classroom excursions. So here are some strengths and challenges for students. Please have a browse through this slide for suggestions on improving the space. So we've now moved on to our fourth space, the E-space. It is continuing to evolve and we need to provide students opportunities to engage in the learning space. Here are some strengths and challenges for teachers in the E-space. The E-space can be controlled by the teacher through Edmodo or Voki, so the teacher can is able to look and see who's engaging in the E-space. And a challenge is that in the E-space, if teachers don't have, or for any reason their internet connection drops out, it's catastrophic. As you can see, there are many strengths and challenges for the E-space, so please read through. So I've got some suggestions for developing this E-space. Make sure we consult the community, so if they've got any suggestions or they can help, that is really good. And please read through this slide and the next slide for more suggestions. We're now moving on to the group, cooperative and collaborative learning spaces. Have a browse through the strengths and challenges for teachers in this learning space. So here's some more suggestions. Strengths and challenges for students in the group work arena. So here's some more suggestions for improving this learning space. We have now moved on to our final space, the liminal space. The liminal space is a learning space which a student is transitioning from not knowing to knowing. So here's some strengths and challenges for teachers in the liminal space. We have the knowledge to guide students through the liminal space, but a challenge is we don't know how each individual child will react to the liminal space. Students do go through an emotional roller coaster in the liminal space. So here's some strengths and challenges for students in the liminal space. Here are some strategies for producing, adapting, curating, and redeveloping the liminal space. So we've come to the end of our professional development on learning spaces. We've gone through all 6 of the learning spaces. Every student will pass through each of these learning spaces. It is our responsibility as educators that children are guided through each of these learning spaces. I'm going to leave you now with a reflection question. What would you like to see or incorporate in your learning space? Thank you.